everybody and welcome to week 17 of lockdown 3. I hope you're all still well. So we've got 3 weeks now left until we're back in class and I'm really so excited about that. So I'll be in touch with you all in the next couple of weeks to let you know which group you're in. So for most of my classes, I have had to split you for social distancing, so I'll let you know which group you're in. So I just need to look at which groups you're in just before Christmas. It's crazy, isn't it? That's the last time we were together in one of our halls. The second week in December it was. So whoever was in on that week will be in on the second week when we go back. So that will be week beginning the 24th, I think, of May. It is. Obviously, for those of you that aren't split, you know, I'll see you all, hopefully. So I'll send out your groups, and please just let me know if you're not planning on coming into class just yet. Obviously it's absolutely fine if you're not, if you prefer to work from home, which I know a few of you have been doing, and that's absolutely fine, but just let me know. So anyway, I think that's all I've got to say. So I'll be in touch. All my halls have been in touch with me, or I've been in touch with them, and they are all ready to go for us on the 17th, week beginning the 17th of May. So it's all systems go, really. So 3 weeks. So you've got 2 more weeks of these YouTube classes. I will be doing Zoom again on Wednesday. And as I said last week or the week before, when we do get back into class, then what I'm planning to do is record a mini session, a new mini session for you every week, and do the 2 Zoom classes, that's general level and intermediate level, on a Thursday night, and I won't be recording full length classes when we go back into class, because there are lots and lots up there for you on YouTube, and actually I'm just not going to have time to do them when I get into class along with everything else. So I hope that works out for you all, and I hope you've got everything ready for your class, and I'll see you all soon. I'll see you on your mat. Hi everybody and welcome to your intermediate Pilates class. So please make sure you have all your equipment ready, and can I ask you today please to also get out a chair. So we're going to do quite a bit of work in standing today. So standing tall, your legs and your feet hip distance, hip sockets down to your feet, and just check there that your toes are pointing forward. So just have a look down, check that your feet aren't turning out to the side. So toes are forward, you know then that your hips are in the right place. Relaxing your shoulders. We'll start as always with focus on breath and just closing your eyes to help you focus. We're taking a deep breath in through your nose, blowing out through your mouth. And again, deep breath in through your nose, blowing out through your mouth. So continuing with that breath, focusing wide and full into your rib cage. And as you're breathing, we'll make a connection now into your deep lying abdominals. Always starting the contraction through the pelvic floor. We do that because it just tends to make for a better connection into those core muscles. So from underneath, we're taking a breath in. So you breathe out, so drawing up on your pelvic floor, bringing your connection then up into the deep lying abdominals, and feeling you're engaging into that whole corset of muscle wrapping around you, and those muscles connecting directly into your spine. And this is why they are so important for your spine and your lower back. So making sure you're working with them in your day-to-day, when you're walking, when you're standing, when you're sitting, just checking that you have got them switched on, always stabilising your spine. So maintaining that hold, staying with your Pilates breath, ready then to check through your posture, we're starting with your head and your neck. Always feeling your way into your neck posture. So you need to feel for that stretch at the back of your neck. You're feeling for the lengthening up from your crown. Your chin needs to be parallel with the floor, and invariably your chin needs to be lower than you think it needs to be. We're now gently lifting your shoulders up towards your ears. We're then rolling your shoulders back. We're sliding your shoulder blades down your back and holding them there. So checking out, can you really feel that connection into your mid-back? We're moving away from rounded shoulder posture. Remembering these muscles are essential for good posture. We'll take this to your chest stretch, your arms behind your back, interlacing the fingers. So keep the shoulders where they are, releasing your hands, and that's where you need to be on your shoulder girdle posture. So just have a feel now for what's happening through your shoulder girdle right now, so that you can feel for it in your day-to-day as well. So you need to make sure you've got the ribs drawing down. You're drawing the shoulder blades down your back, and then it's just that check for where your hands are. Little fingers running down the seams of your trousers. Just keep an eye on where your hands are in your day-to-day, because your hands will always tell you where your shoulders are. So if you, for example, catch yourself here, then you're basically inwardly rotating the shoulders. You round into your shoulders. So always just check where your hands are, and you know then that your shoulders are in the right place. We're now checking on the curve of your lower back. You're settling into your neutral spine. We're taking a tilt of your pelvis forward. We're then tilting back, and from there we're settling into the centre. Remembering, if your tendency is to arch your lower back, you will need to exaggerate your tuck under, and it does need to feel really exaggerated. So it needs to feel like you're really pushing your hips forward and scooping your abdominals right into your spine. We're now working down to your legs, remembering to take that softness through the knees. So checking out, are you locking out your knees? If you are, you're locking out your lower back as well. So always keeping that softness through the knees. You're working down to your feet and checking there, is your body weight equal into both legs and feet? So really feel your weight now underneath your feet. Are you equally balanced? We'll take your gentle sway from side to side. So just feel your weight shifting from one foot to the other. We're slowly then going to settle back into the centre. And once you're there, again, just check your weight into your feet. Are you equally balanced? We're going back to the hook attached to your crown. So imagine you're being pulled and pulled and pulled up by the hook. So you're just feeling yourself getting taller and taller. And remembering, you can't get too tall. We're constantly working on lengthening out your spine. Excuse me, always being as tall as you can be. So maintaining your posture, just focus back now on your Pilates breathing. You're engaging into your deep lying abdominals, and we'll take some movement around the shoulders. So on your next breath in, bring your shoulders up towards your ears. Blowing out, rolling your shoulders, shoulder blades down your back, and continuing with your movement. So working in at your own pace, working with your breath, gradually increasing that range as you go. So making your movements a bit wider each time. Aiming eventually to take both arms up over your head and to continue around from there. And feel that you are really stretching right up through your arms, your hands, your fingers, your fingertips, keeping that stretch, that reach going all the way through. So really try and take the movement as tall and as wide as you can. When you're ready, we'll add in your balance. So breathe in, lifting the heels, lifting the arms, breathing out, drawing the shoulders back, taking the heels down. So as you're working, really feel out what's happening underneath your feet. Try and stabilise through the big toes. Try not to roll onto the outside of your feet, and making this movement as smooth as you can. And making this next one now your last one. So back to your start position, shaking it all out, ankles and the feet to shake. Back to posture, back to your chest stretch, arms behind your back, interlacing the fingers. Keep the shoulders where they are, releasing your hands, and ready now to move on to your neck. So coming into nods. So when you're ready, it's your breath in. So you breathe out, so nodding the chin down towards your chest. Holding there to breathe in. Your 2 movements now in one. As you breathe out, you need to push into the back of your neck with the pull up from the ground. So we're going to stay here to take a good few of these movements, working at your own pace, and really just think about what you're doing with this one. So make sure you're not just pushing back, it needs to be the push back with the pull up, and you're stacking those vertebrae directly one over the next and creating some space between those vertebrae. If you do tend to be stiff around your neck, then please think about doing this exercise a couple of times a day, 2 to 3 times a day ideally. It's just so important that you're keeping these vertebrae mobile. So this one, your last one. Slowly back up, shoulders relaxed. We'll take your stretch now down the side of your neck. So left hand comes onto your right shoulder, taking your breath in. As you breathe out, just ease the right shoulder away. Right ear goes up towards the ceiling. Keep on easing the right shoulder away. Breathe in, you come into centre, releasing your arm, changing over, so just easing that left shoulder away. Slowly back to centre. We're going to do one more to each side. So this one, your last one. So you're back to your start position, releasing your arm, rolling your shoulders round, back to your chest, stretch arms behind your back, interlacing the fingers. And releasing your arms, back to posture. So we're going to move on now to the roll down. And if you haven't done your flat back yet, please just pause it now, go and do your flat back. When we do get back into class, not all my venues are basically conducive to us doing the flat back, and we just won't be doing it every week anyway. So please try and get into the habit of just taking your flat back in the morning ideally, so that you're preparing your spine, you're stretching out your spine, ready for your day, but making sure you have done your flat back before you come into class. And what you can always do, if you haven't done it at home, when you do come into class, then maybe taking the flat back once you get in there. Obviously making sure you are still socially distanced. We'll be doing that for a while. So yeah, ready for the roll down. So full pelvic tilt, scoop your abs in. So really focus on your abdominals. Take your breath in. So you breathe out, nodding the chin. Slowly rolling your head down the front of your body, and being careful here not to lean forward. Down to your furthest point. Holding here to breathe in. Really hard work on your abdominals now. So you breathe out, you need to push your hips forward, pushing your knees forward, working really hard with your abdominals. Lower, mid, upper abdominals. Slowly back up, shoulders, then your neck, then your head. Back up to standing, we're doing the same thing again. So make sure you start right from the base of your spine, full pelvic tilt. Breath in as you breathe out, nodding the chin. Slowly rolling your head down, staying really close into yourself. So this time when you're coming back up, stay really closely focused on what's happening to your lower back. So making sure your lower back stays moving all the way back up. Then make this one your last one. So this time we're rolling down. We're just staying there, we're just hanging your spine. So if you need some height for your hands, please bring over your blue block. Remembering if your hands aren't touching the floor, you do need your blue block or equivalent. And a gentle turn your head now side to side. So you're checking that your neck is relaxed. We're then allowing your head to just hang down to the floor. So the weight of the head drawing down the spine. And really good for your spine to just hang. So we're going to stay here now for a few more breaths. Really try and relax into your posture. We'll move this down to a gentle sway, so swing forward into your toes, back into your heels, just gently there, forwards and back. So check that your head is just hanging to the floor. And this is just a really nice posture for the spine. Try and visualise your vertebrae opening out, creating some space between your vertebrae. So this one, your last one, and today we're going to come up to standing now. So bring your weight back to centre, focus on using the abdominals. Breath in as you breathe out, push your hips forward, push your knees forward. Slowly, slowly uncurl your spine up to standing. Roll the shoulders round if you need to. So this is where we're going to bring out the chair, and we're going to take this now to some glute work with the chair. And this is always fun and games to make sure that basically you can see me from head to toe. So excuse me a sec, I'm just going to adjust my camera slightly. Okay, so hopefully you can. So we have done this before. I think from your feedback, everybody was okay with it. I have introduced a little rest basically in between from the feedback I got from you all first time round, because it just proved to be very, very strong on the standing leg to hold for that long. So we'll be taking a little break in between the two lots of exercises. So coming right up to your chair, engaging your core. So I'm just going to shuffle forward a bit. So you breathe in, and as you breathe out, just coming back then into that flat back. This might feel really strong around your shoulders, and if it does, then please feel free to walk forward so the arms are more supported. Excuse me, I'm going to have to adjust you again so that you can see my feet. Can you see my feet? I hope so. Okay, so you're here. So we're going to start off with some work into gluteus maximus, and we're going to start off on the left leg. So supporting me, as always, is soft, and just be careful when you go into it that you don't start to turn out that hip. So the hips are staying facing down towards the floor, and we're really focused on contracting gluteus maximus to extend the hip. Okay. So engaging your core, taking a breath in, and as you breathe out, left leg. So just slide that back so the big toe comes to the floor, and this is your start position now. So take your breath in, and as you breathe out, you're lifting that leg up to hip level and really focus on stretching and lengthening. Breathe in to tap the foot down, breathe out to lengthen and lift, and really feel that stretch right down through the leg, the foot, the toes. Try and get the quad contracting. So supporting glute is working hard here, and you're probably feeling that already. So that's your right glute now is working in a static contraction, and that's the mid glute. So this is 2 exercises in one. So again, really focus on lengthening. Try and stretch down through arms, hands, fingers, fingertips as well. So are your hips still facing forwards? Try and get that lengthening through the whole body. We're going to take 2 more after this one. So how's that right glute feeling for you? Hold it here, stretch, slowly bring that foot down, slide it in, tuck your tail under, and you're slowly walking back up. Well done everyone. So we're going to now stretch out this right glute, so taking a breather here in between, so coming into your standing glute stretch, or if you prefer, placing your right foot onto your chair, turn the foot out, back knee bent, and just sit back into that stretch. So it's whichever works best for you, whichever gives you the best stretch. Slowly then back up. So ready to go into part 2 of your glutes off the chair. If you're not sure about any of this, by the way, then just sit back and have a proper look first. So right up to your chair, walking back. You'll probably remember this. Supporting knees soft. Breath in, and as you breathe out, lengthen and lift. A bend then through this knee, and we're flexing the foot. Ready for pulses. Breath in, and 10, 9. So push that heel right up into the ceiling. 7, 6. Supporting knees soft. 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Squeeze your glutes. Bring it down about an inch. We're aiming for 3 sets altogether. Just do what you can. Breath in, and 10, 9. Push, push. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Bring it down an inch. Your last set, and you can do this. Breath in and 10, 9, push, push, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Try and push it up a little bit higher. And I'll re-extend the leg, bring the foot down, tuck your tail under, slowly walk back up. Well done, everyone. So how did that feel for you? Taking your glute stretch again, either standing or with your foot on the chair. It is a really good standing glute stretch, that one. So just shake it all out. Of course, we need to do the other side now. So, ready to do the other side. If you aren't moving furniture, please make sure you're engaging your core. So, right up to your chair, placing your hands. Breath in, and as you breathe out, walking back. Push your tail away. So, ready now to work the right leg, and it's the left leg that's supporting. So stretch the leg out, lift it up. Okay, make sure the hips are facing forward, so ready to start. Breath in and lift. As you breathe out, breathe in to lower. Breathe out to lift, breathe in to lower. So as you're working, really think about lengthening through the body. Squeeze that glute, lift the leg. Squeeze the glute, lift the leg. Make sure you're not turning out on that right side. So really try and visualise that lengthening through the body. Try and get the contraction on the quad. To really help lengthen into hamstring. So again, supporting leg working really hard. And you can probably feel that on your left glute. So we're going to take 2 more after this one. So hold it there. Stretch right down through the leg, the foot, the toes. Stretch your fingers away. Slowly bring the leg back. Slide the foot forward, tuck your tail under. Slowly walk back up, well done. Release your shoulders, it's giving the shoulders a good stretch as well. So we'll take the stretch on the left glute. Sorry, I'm mirror image to you. So hopefully you are on the right side, the right leg. It'll be confusing now I'm saying right. On your last one, releasing and pedal out your feet. So ready for the pulses now on your right side. Up to your chair, walking back, stretch. So slide the right foot away, lift the leg up. Hope you can see me okay. And bending that knee, flexing the foot. So ready for your pulses now, 3 sets. Breath in and 10, 9, so push, push, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Bring it down an inch, second set. Breath in and 10, 9, push, push, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. How's that feeling for you? Drop it down an inch. This is your last set. You can do this. Breath in and 10, 9, push, push, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold. Try and push it up a little bit higher to finish. And extend the leg, bring it back. Tuck your tail under. Slowly walk it back up. Well done, everyone. So please let me know how you went. I do still appreciate your feedback because it does help me to plan your sessions and it will help me to plan the classes for when we get back in 3 weeks' time. So please let me know where you're up to because I just basically want to give you the best, most effective session for you when you come back into class. Your feedback is really, really valuable for me. So, excuse me, I'm going to adjust you again. Of course, this is what I do encourage you to do in our Zoom sessions as well, so that I can see you. So we're going to move on now to some shoulder girdle work. And we're bringing out the band if you're ready to. We're coming into the crucifix exercise today. So if you haven't done this one before, please do it without the band, see how it feels. Any shoulder injuries, go really, really careful, because this really does take the shoulder through quite a wide range of movements. So if that's you, and if you prefer and it works better for you, you can maybe go into the scaption exercise instead, or even stick with your dart, whichever works best for you. So this is scaption, leading with the thumb, 45 degrees away from you, making sure the shoulder stays down so that you're working the right muscles. So yeah, if it doesn't work out for you to do this one, either scaption exercise please, or your dart, they're all good. So we have been working with a pink band, and if you feel that you're ready to move on, progress, work with more resistance, then please by all means step it up on your band, use a greater resistance band, but always feel for what's happening as you're taking the movement. And remembering, it's not about how you felt last time you did the exercise, or last week, or yesterday even. It's always about how you're feeling today, and really feeling for what's happening as you go. So we're taking a hold of the band, wrapping the ends of the band around each hand, and you want a little bit of give here. So you want it to hang down like a little hammock in front. So shoulders are down. Make sure you've got your shoulder blades engaged. Take your breath in. And as you breathe out, we're going to lift up to shoulder height or chest height. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, your arms go out wide. Make sure you get to here that you don't do this. So you need to work hard to tuck your tail under. Take that back. Breath in. As you breathe out, bring it forward. Breathe in. As you breathe out, arms going up now over your head. Ready now to bring it behind your head. Breath in. As you breathe out, lat pull down, draw the shoulder blades in. Keep your spine in neutral. Breath in. As you breathe out, take your arms up. Breath in. As you breathe out, bring them forward. Breath in. As you breathe out, take your arms out wide. Breath in. As you breathe out, bring them forward. Breath in, breathe out, the arms come down. And then you can just release the shoulders. So how did that feel for you? Is it feeling quite challenging? Is it feeling really easy? So if you felt you could work up now to your next band, then reach for that. So do the same thing again. Breath in as you breathe out, lifting the arms to shoulder height. Breath in as you breathe out, take your arms out wide. Breath in as you breathe out, bring them forward. Breath in as you breathe out, take your arms up. Breath in as you breathe out, behind your head, draw the shoulder blades in. Breath in as you breathe out, slowly come back up. Breath in as you breathe out, bring your arms forward. Breath in as you breathe out, arms out. Breath in as you breathe out, bring them forward. Breath in, breathing out, relax. Well done. Roll the shoulders round. We're going to do another set. I'm going to take a little bit more resistance for this one. So breath in as you breathe out, lengthen, lift. Breath in as you breathe out, take your arms out wide as you can. Breath in as you breathe out, bring them forward. Breath in as you breathe out, take your arms up. Breath in as you breathe out, behind your head, draw the shoulder blades in. Breath in as you breathe out, slowly back up. Breath in as you breathe out, bring it forward. Breath in, breathe out wide as you can. Breath in as you breathe out, forward. Breath in, and as you breathe out, relaxing down. Well done, everyone. Roll the shoulders round. So just placing your band off to the side. We're going to take a back of the shoulder stretch, just bringing this right arm across. Left hand just above that elbow. Just gently ease the shoulder away from the ear and just wrap that arm around you as if you're giving yourself a hug. It's a really nice stretch, this one. And your last one, release. And bring the left arm across, right hand just above that elbow, just to ease the shoulder away from your ear, wrapping that arm around you. That's it, that's your last one. And release. Left arm up now, dropping that behind your head. Tricep stretch. So easing back with this hand, and if you're ready to, we're going to here. If you're ready to from here, we're just going to take a lat stretch with it too. Breath in, and as you breathe out, just ease over, only if you're ready to. Breathe in, bring it back, release your arms, changing over, right arm goes up, bending that elbow, taking the hand to here, and if you're ready to here. If you're ready, adding in lat stretch, breath in, as you breathe out, ease over, make sure you're going directly over to the side. Last one, breathe in, come back, that's it, releasing the arms, roll the shoulders round. We'll just take an upper trapezius stretch now as well. So left hand onto the right shoulder, easing that shoulder away, slowly back to centre, releasing your arm over to the other side. So back to centre, rolling the shoulders round. So we're going to go back now to using the chair and focusing on lower body again. So we're going to bring in quads now, quad strength, and we have done this one before. I did introduce this on these sessions. If you are having any problems with your knees, please feel free to go into any of our other quad strengthening exercises, whichever one suits you the best. So I do prefer to use the chair. Of course you can work without, but I think in using the chair, I definitely do find, and I know a lot of you do as well, that by using the chair you don't really need to be working so hard on balance and stability, so that you can then just go ahead and really give the area that we're targeting, 100% effort. So it's up to you, whichever you prefer. So we're going to start off with Charlie Chaplin feet. So it's heels together, toes out. Think really tall up from the ground. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze the inner thighs. Basically, whatever you can squeeze on your lower body, go ahead and squeeze it. So breathe in, we're going to lift up your heels, and breathe out, setting the heels down. So breathe in, lifting up the heels, breathe out to set the heels down. When you set your heels down, squeeze everything on your lower body. So lifting up the heels, lowering the heels, squeezing everything on the lower body. So if you're ready to move on, this is where we're going into the narrow plie. So you're up onto your toes, you take a breath in, and as you breathe out, we're going to lower down, and you can choose to take the arm out, it's up to you. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, use your quads now, push, push, push back up, squeeze everything. Breath in, breathe out, heels go down, squeeze everything again. So breathe in, you breathe in to lift, you breathe out to lower, you breathe in to hold, you breathe out to slowly come back up, breathe in to hold, breathe out to lower. So breathe in to lift, breathe out to lower, keep your spine upright, breathe in, so you breathe out, come back up, breathe in, breathe out, heels down. So breathe in, lift up, breathe out, lower, breathe in to hold, breathe out to push back up, breathe in, breathe out to lower. So we're going to continue there. Try and make it nice and slow, and make sure that your spine is staying upright. So when you're coming back up, try and make it really, really slow. So this time I'm going to count with you, coming back up in 3 breaths, or 3 seconds, shall we say. Breath in, and 1, 2, 3, heels down. This time we're going to come up in 4. Breath in, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Set the heels down. This time we're going to come up in 5. Breathe it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How is that feeling now on your quads? quite strong, isn't it? Lift up the heels. You're going to lower down, just hold it here now, hold it, hold it, hold it. Try come up an inch and hold it. Breath in, breathe out, another inch. Breath in, and as you breathe out, all the way back up. Woo. Heels down, heels down and relax. Please let me know how you got on with that. Was it very strong on your quads? I hope so, I hope so. So just taking the chair away. We're into our quad stretch now. So balancing on the right leg. Bend through the left knee, reaching around and taking a hold around the front of your foot. So with this one, make sure the knees are level. Take a deep breath in. Draw the heel in towards your buttock, and at the same time, lifting up the breastbone, lengthening from the crown of your head, supporting knees soft. Arrow breath now if you're ready. Opposite arm goes up. Breath in as you breathe out, hinge forward, looking at the floor, push down through the arm, hand, fingers, fingertips, push down through that knee. You always need to come lower than you think you do. That on your last one, slowly come back up. Well done, release that leg, pedal out your feet. Changing over, balancing on the left leg. Bend through the right knee, reach around, take an arm down around the front of your foot. So knees level at the front. Take your breath in. So you breathe out, draw that heel in towards you. Lift up your breastbone, lengthen up from the crown of your head. If you're ready, opposite arm goes up. Breath in as you breathe out, hinge forward, looking at the floor. Push the fingers away in the left hand. Push that right knee away. And again, you always need to come a bit lower than you think you need to. Mid glute again, working hard on that supporting leg. Breath in as you breathe out, slowly back up, well done. Releasing the arm, roll the shoulders round. Chest stretch, arms behind you, back interlacing the fingers. So we're going to come down now to the floor. I'm just going to roll out my mat, and you might need to as well. And thanks for your feedback on the mat, by the way, that's much, much appreciated. So I was a bit concerned that I was blending into the mat last week. So general consensus is stay with the coloured mat. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so we're going to roll down now, and we will go into downward dog, working then into plank and tricep push up if you're ready to. So full pelvic tilt. Breathe in as you breathe out, nodding the chin, slowly rolling down. So we'll just hang the spine to start with. And then when you're ready, walking your hands forward to your mat. Knees are coming down one at a time. So you're into all fours position. Wrists under shoulders, your knees under your hips. So just checking now with your shoulders, where are they? So drawing your shoulders down away from your ears. Drawing your shoulder blades down your back. And we're drawing up on pelvic floor. So breathing in, we're tucking the toes under. So you breathe out, pushing up with the hips, so just hanging down to the floor. Taking your feet a little bit further back. Real deep bend through the knees. Draw the knees towards your chest. Draw the chest towards your knees. When you're ready, you're up to your toes. And take your feet a few inches further back. I'm going to go straight into both heels down here for this downward dog stretch. If you feel that you need to start off with a foot pedal, please do that and just catch up. So breathe in, up to toes, breathing out, both heels down, breathing up to toes, breathe out, taking the heels down. So if you're ready to now, we're coming into plank. So breathing up to toes, draw up on pelvic floor. So you breathe out, body weight forwards over the arms, push down through the heels. Come into your plank, squeeze your glutes. Breath in as you breathe out, push back to downward dog, draw your head towards your feet. Breathe in up to toes, breathe out, body weight forward over the arms, pushing down through the heels. So you're either staying with your plank, or if you're ready to, we'll take it to tricep push up. And remember, you have got the option of coming into a box push up if you prefer. So into plank, elbows are going back. Breath in as you breathe out, elbows back. Breath in as you breathe out, push back to plank. Breath in, breathe out, push back to downward dog, draw your head towards your feet. Breathing up to toes. Breathe out, body weight forwards over the arms, pushing down through the heels into your plank. And again, if you're ready to, tricep push up, elbows go back. Breath in, as you breathe out, push back. Breath in, breathe out, you're back to downward dog. So we're going to stay here to take 3 more of that combination. So this combination of stretch and strength, and remember, if you're taking your tricep push up, please make sure you can feel your elbows pushing against your sides. It's quite a narrow placement. Please make sure you haven't got your hands out too wide. If your hands are out too wide, basically, you will be working different muscles. You'll be working your chest. And we really do need to work the triceps, the muscles at the backs of the arms, and also working a muscle that basically works to help stick the shoulder blade or draw the shoulder blade onto the rib cage. So really good for stability, shoulder girdle stability. So we'll make this one your last one. So on your last one, if you're ready to, we're going to come into your plank now and hold it. So this is your opportunity to really work in some strength. So keep on squeezing the glutes. Check through those 4 areas of connection, mid-back, midsection, glutes to 100% contraction, quads to 100% contraction. That your last one, and push back then to downward dog. Breathe up to toes, draw up on pelvic floor. So you breathe out, body weight forwards over the arms, bending the knees. Slowly lowering down, well done. Right back onto your heels, stretching the arms out. And releasing your wrists and your palms up, your palms down. And just taking some time now for you to do whatever you feel you need to do to release your hands, your wrists, your fingers after that last movement. So you might feel that you want to rotate your wrists, you might want to massage your hands, massage your wrists. Whatever you feel you need to do, please just do that. And then when you're ready, bring your palms back to the mat. Ready now to release your shoulders. You might prefer some support underneath your forehead. Bring your arms around, your fingers touching the heels. When you're ready then, just allow your arms now to relax to your sides with your palms up. And a stretch over the wrists. A breath in. So you breathe out, curl the palms up towards your head. Breathe in to release. And again, breathe out, curl the palms up. Breathe in to release. So just 2 more. This one, your last one. Relaxing your hands, relaxing your wrists. Now, taking the arms out a little bit wider. We're just going to take a few breaths. A deep breath in. Blowing out. So as you're breathing, you're checking that your shoulders are completely relaxed. If your shoulders don't feel completely relaxed in that position, please adjust the placement of your arms until they do. We're checking out for any remaining areas of tension. So just scanning from your head to your feet. And if you're finding any, then just allowing those areas to relax. Ready now to stretch out your chest, your shoulders, taking the arms behind your back, interlacing your fingers, rolling right up onto the top of your head, stretching your arms up. That your last one, so releasing your arms. Bring the arms around, so pushing back up to all fours. And now bring your knees off to the side and around to the front, so you're sitting facing the front. Taking this now to seated spine release, you might need to sit up onto your block. So, soles of the feet together, knees out to the side, hands are going underneath the knees like so, shoulders are relaxed. Take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, just allow your legs, or try to allow your legs to completely relax. If you're ready to move on, breath in as you breathe out, you're walking the hands down, legs towards your feet, aiming eventually to take a hold of your feet. If you're ready from there, taking the feet further away. And your last progression, taking the feet further away again, easing further forward into that posture, and thinking about folding yourself in half. So we are using this for spine release, for lumbar spine stretch. You might also be getting a stretch on your outer thighs, your inner thighs, the backs of your hips. And your last one, breath in as you breathe out, pushing into your back, uncurling your spine, so you're up to sitting. And we're going to move on now to inner thigh stretch. You can, if you prefer, take the stretch from standing, walking the feet out wide, turning the feet out to 30 degrees, taking a bend through the knee, easing your weight over to one side then the other. So you can, of course, use that as an alternative if you need to. So taking a hold of the feet, we're taking a deep breath in to lift up the breastbone. And as you breathe out, easing the knees down now towards the floor and working on opening out the hips. A deep breath in, blowing out. So every time you breathe out, just really try and ease the knees closer to the floor. And hopefully you are feeling that stretch. That's your last one. Slowly drawing the knees back in. We're going to move on now with the stretch. And if you prefer to stay with this, that's absolutely fine. Otherwise, drawing the knees in, we're going to stretch out your legs and take the legs out wide. Again, if you prefer to do this standing, that's absolutely fine. If you're tight into your hamstrings and you're not already on your block, then you might need to sit up onto your block. So we're still targeting the inner thighs, we're targeting the hamstrings as well. Hopefully you can see me okay here. Just go sideways on for you there. So the spine should be upright. So we're going to start off with the hands behind you, the lift up of the breastbone. And it may just be that you need to stay here. If you're ready to move on, the hands are going to come inside the legs. If you're ready, breath in as you breathe out. We're just going to inch forward now, breathe into the stretch all the way through. As always, please listen to your body. The most important thing here is that you're getting an effective stretch. It's really, really important that you're not overstretching or obviously tearing any muscles. So if you're ready to inching forward, and of course, this is where you can bring out your block and place your hands onto the block, or if you're ready to go down a bit further, forearms. We're doing with benches, bring the forearms down. So just breathe into the stretch, just feel for what's happening. Think about that scale of 0 to 10, 0 being you can't feel any stretch, 10 being it's a really strong stretch. What can you feel? You don't want to be at 9 or 10 on that scale of 0 to 10. So if it does feel like a 9 or 10, please ease it back. So this one, your last one. Slowly walk the hands back into you. So we're going to take a stretch now over the leg. So turn to face your left leg. Hands either side of that leg. We're taking a breath in. And as you breathe out, we're just inching forward into this stretch. Again, just working at your own pace. We are aiming eventually to take a hold of your foot. So aiming eventually, although please don't force anything, to bring the forehead to the shin. That's your last one. Hands either side of that foot, that leg. Slowly walk it back up. Turn to centre. Over the right leg now, hands either side of the leg. Breath in as you breathe out. Walking forward, just inching forward, breathing into the stretch. Be ready to taking a hold of your foot, bring the forehead down to the shin. And from there then, releasing hands either side of the foot or the leg and slowly walking back up. Well done. So drawing the legs back in, feet on the floor now with your knees bent. So we're going to come into our side lying, the one that we've been working on now for the last few weeks, and your feedback was really, really good from last week, so thank you, where we progressed into full side plank, and in fact we did this one on Zoom last week and you were absolutely amazing. It was so good to see. There's so much strength out there. It's really, really good to see. So we're going to come down to the floor. So down to the end of your mat. I'm going to keep the camera here today. I know I have brought you closer to me up to now, but I'm going to try it here. So coming down to the floor, arms parallel, small tilt. Breath in as you breathe out, slowly rolling down, spine goes down, head goes down, arms up over your head. Obviously if you need head support, please bring it along. Stretch the fingers away, pushing down through legs, feet and toes. So a few breaths here, just allow the low back to arch up a little bit higher. If that's comfortable for you, allowing the whole of your midsection to relax, your ribcage to open out. And finding a different placement for your arms, if that's more comfortable for you. Relaxing off your hips, your legs and your feet. Before you start moving, re-engaging the core, slowly bring the arms down, side of the heels into you one at a time, and now hugging one knee into your chest followed by the other, rolling the knees in and back, and again rolling the knees in and back. If you're ready, a hamstring stretch, hugging the knees in, stretching up your legs, taking out down calves or heels. Breath in as you breathe out, easing the legs in towards you and back. And again, easing the legs in and back. So your last one, bending your knees, feet to the floor one at a time. Your arms out wide to your sides, ankles and knees together. Breath in as you breathe out, knees over to your right, you turn your head to your left. Breath in as you breathe out, jump legs, spine, head back to centre. Breath in, breathe out, so over to the other side. Breath in as you breathe out, jump legs, spine, head back to centre. So ready for your side lying, turning onto your side and then pushing up so you are onto your elbow there, and it's that vertical line from the shoulder down to the elbow. Please make sure you're not here. You will tend to strain your shoulder if you do that. So please make sure you've got placement, your correct placement. Hoping you can see me okay. So we are diagonal on the legs, and it's a diagonal line from hip to knee, and then a diagonal line from knee down to ankle, and your heels need to be in line with your bottom, so just check you've got that. Neck just stays nice and relaxed, you're placing that. And hopefully you can see my upper body against the mat this week, because I was in a pink top last week. Really don't know how that was working out. Yeah, I think one of you said I did kind of blend in a bit, so yeah, I'm going to have to think about these outfit choices, I think. So join up on pelvic floor into your deep lying abdominals, lifting your waist now away from the mat, and that's where you are at your first level. So if you haven't been working with this movement with me over the last few weeks, please start with your first level. So we have been working on this for a few weeks now, and then just last week we went into progression, and most of you were able to do it, which is fantastic. So lifting the waist away, it's up to you where you place the arm, so it's here, here or here. And the next progression now is a hip hitch. So take your breath in, and as you breathe out, you're just hitching that hip up towards the ceiling, kissing the bottom hip to the floor, hitching the hip up towards the ceiling, kissing the bottom one down to the floor. So staying here to take a few of these movements, getting cramp in my foot. So my feet placement might not be quite right at the moment. So keeping your midsection stable throughout and really working into the obliques and a muscle in the lower back. So really, really important that we are taking these sideline exercises to really keep these muscles strong. This one, your last one, hold it. Slow, then bring it back. Oh, it is tough, isn't it? roll the shoulders round, and please do now whatever you feel you need to do to release those muscles. So it will work into the shoulder, although you shouldn't have any ill effects from taking that exercise. Any shoulder injuries you can work. I think we did this last week in Zoom, in one of the intermediate sessions, stretching out the arm and just working on side lying with an outstretched arm and the head resting on the arm. That did work really well. So if that's you, please go ahead and do that. So if you're ready to, now we're into progression. This is full side plank. So you come back into position, but this time we'll work with an extended arm, straight arm. Fingers are pointing that way away from you, and we're stretching out the legs. My feet are disappearing. So stretching out the legs, and we're going to bring this top leg forward. So draw up on your pelvic floor, engage your midsection. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, you come up then to this side plank, and we hold it. So keep on pushing up through arm, hand, fingers, fingertips, so holding this static contraction, making sure the hips are still stacked, lifting your waist away. Make sure your neck is in correct position all the way through. These were really, really good in Zoom last week, absolutely perfect. This one, your last one, and slowly coming down, well done. So just give that a release, give it a stretch, it is strong work. Whatever you feel you need to do. And then when you're ready, changing sides. In class, we would turn onto our backs and then over to the other side, but whilst you're working from home, and just swing your legs around. So check on the position of this arm, diagonals on the legs, heels in line with your bottom, neck's just nice and relaxed. Placing this arm wherever is best for you. Draw up on your pelvic floor, engage your core, lift your waist away. So this is where you would hold it on your first level. And it is quite challenging at this level to just really make sure you're maintaining the contraction into those muscles. If you're ready to, it's your hip hitch. Watch out for this shoulder. Make sure you don't start to do this. So take your breath in, and as you breathe out, hitch your hip up towards the ceiling. Kiss that hip, that bottom hip down towards the floor. Hitch the top one up, kiss it down towards the floor. So it was great to be able to check you in Zoom, and I really, really like Zoom because not only can I check on you, but you can check on yourselves as well. And a few of you were doing that, which is great. You know, you just have to glance over to the screen and you can actually see yourself. So of course I'm going to be continuing with Zoom when we go back to class. For the weeks that you're not coming into class, and actually if you wanted to do the Zoom session anyway, even if you have been in class that week, then you're very, very welcome to do that. Okay, this one, your last one. So relaxing down and releasing, doing whatever you feel you need to do to release. And if you're ready to, then we will take it into your full side plank. So we're going to stretch the legs out. Feet are disappearing. Stretching the legs out. Bring the top leg forward. To engage the core. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, lengthen and lift. Hold it here. Make sure you've got your neck in position. Keep lifting the waist away. So really good work here into core, obliques, of course are working around the shoulder. Keep pushing this top hand up towards the ceiling. Keep on lifting your waist away. So constantly lift and lift and lift from underneath. Try and get contraction on the quads here as well. So really just try and get some stability through the legs. On your last one, slowly, relaxing down, well done. Release the shoulder, front triceps and taking a tricep stretch. Oh, well done. So back to your start position. So we're going to come down to the floor now, and we will finish off with some abdominals. So we're going to work with the squashy ball. So having that, if you are ready to work with your feet on the ball, then please have that ball handy down towards the feet. We have done this a good few times, both here on YouTube and in class. Excuse me, before we went into lockdown. If it feels too strong though, please keep your feet on the floor, place the ball between your knees. So coming down, small tilt, breath in as you breathe out, slowly, oops, my pump's in the way, slowly rolling down, arms up over your head, stretching the legs out in front. And your last one, slowly bring your arms down, sliding the heels into you one at a time. So join up on your pelvic floor into deep lying abdominals. I'm going to reach for the ball now with one foot and roll it over, placing the other foot down onto the ball. Feel what's happening through the core, and this will work your core quite strongly. Just you placing your foot onto that ball will be working your core muscles quite strongly. So if you can't maintain the hold on your core, please bring your feet to the floor and work with your feet on the floor. And you would then place the ball between your knees. So your hands go behind your head, you're lengthening up to the crown, it's a slight tuck in of your chin, and remembering to always keep a space between your chin and your chest. Drawing up on pelvic floor into deep lying abdominals, take your breath in as you breathe out, curling up, reaching forward, hands behind the backs, knees or the thighs. Of course, if you need to work in sitting, please go ahead and do that. Breath in as you breathe out, you're stretching up your right leg. Breathe in to bend the knee, breathing out to change. Every time you stretch your leg up, you're pulling the chest right up to meet the big toe. So feel what's happening through the neck. Make sure you're keeping that space between the chin and the chest. Make sure you're not jamming your chin down towards your chest. And any problems with your neck, so if you're feeling any discomfort here at the back of your neck, then please come into sitting instead. If you're feeling this at the front of your neck, that is okay, as long as you can bear with it. And we are working to strengthen those stabiliser muscles at the front of your neck, so it is okay if you're feeling it there. This one, your last one hand behind your head, slowly rolling down, just bring your feet off the ball. Gentle turn your head then side to side. Slowly back to centre. So we're going to come back in and do another set, and we'll go into progression this time. Join up on pelvic floor into deep lying abdominals, placing one foot, imprint the spine, place the other foot. Hands behind your head, lengthen up to the crown, slight tuck in of the chin, draw up on your pelvic floor. Breath in as you breathe out, curling up, reaching forward. So you're either staying with the alternate leg extensions, or if you're ready to now, we're moving on. Just going to go a little bit further back. So moving on, breath in, as you breathe out, you stretch up your leg, you roll the ball away with the other foot. Breathe in to come back, breathe out to change. So rolling the ball away, you're aiming to get a little bit higher there. And last progression on this one, if you're ready, we're stretching up both legs and bring them back in, just touching the feet to the ball, roll the ball into you, and then you roll the ball away and extend. Bend the knees, bring the ball back in, roll the ball away and extend. Bend the knees, pull the ball back in. And now just two more. And your last one. Bend your knees, one hand behind your head, rolling down, well done. Bring the feet off the ball and tugging the right knee into your side and the left heel away from you, pointing down to the toes, hugging the right knee a bit closer into you if you can. And your last one, sliding that left heel in, right foot to the floor, changing over, hugging the left knee in, sliding the right heel away, pointing down through the toes. And your last one, sliding the right heel in, left foot to the floor, your arms out wide to your sides, lifting your right leg to 90 degrees, left hand onto the outside of that right knee, straightening out your left leg. Breath in as you breathe out, your leg goes over to your left, turn your head to your right. Breath in as you breathe out, slowly on the spine, the leg, the head back to your start position, right foot to the floor, sliding the left heel in. When you're ready, lifting the left leg, right hand onto the outside of the left knee, straightening out your right leg. Breath in as you breathe out, your leg goes over to your right, turning your head to your left. And your last one, breath in as you breathe out, slowly on the spine, like the head, back to your start position, left foot to the floor, sliding the right heel in. So just make sure you've got your central position for your spine, arms out wide to your sides, ankles and knees together, choosing which way you bring your knees over to. Breath in as you breathe out, knees over to the side, bring the arm and the head over to the same side as your knees. So rolling over to all fours, checking your setup once you're there. So wrists under shoulders, your knees under your hips, and now tucking the toes under, walking your hands to your knees, pushing up onto your toes, walking your hands to your toes, pushing down through the heels, knees are bent, it's just hanging to the floor. Checking you've got a hip distance on the feet. Ready to work hard with the abdominals. Breath in as you breathe out, pushing your hips forward, pushing your knees forward, slowly, slowly uncurling your spine, right back up to standing. And once you're there, just check through your posture. So check your shoulders are down, away from your ears, have a look down at your feet. Check you've got your hip distance, toes are forwards. Remember that softness through the knees, switching on your core. Chest stretch, arms behind your back, interlace the fingers. Keep the shoulders where they are, releasing your hands. Try and get really torn out from your crown. 2 more inches onto the height of your spine. Few deep breaths with your arms. Taking a deep breath in, taking arms up. And blowing out. And again, deep breath in. Blowing out. And last one, deep breath in. And blowing out. Thank you very much, everyone. Well done for today's session. So I hope you all have a great week. It would be great to see you in Zoom. But if not, have a great week. And it's just 3 weeks now until we're back in class. So I have started letting you all know really which group you're in when we start back in 3 weeks. So just expect that text. So I will just ask you all to confirm that you do want to come back into class. So I'll put up the groups as they were before we went into the last lockdown. That was December, ages ago. So I'll just ask you to confirm that you, first of all, do want to come back into class, and then if you want to change groups, if I can accommodate you, basically, if we've got some leeway to do that. So anyway, let me know how you got on, and I shall see you all soon. Bye for now.